Let's think about your body for a second. We usually picture flesh, blood, and bone, right? But what if we looked at it as a highly advanced biological battery? Now, what happens when a battery gets totally unplugged from its power source? Well, it slowly drains. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into a truly fascinating scientific paper titled Earthing the Human Body Influences Physiologic Processes. We're going to explore rigorous science that shows how physically plugging our bodies back into the earth literally recharges our internal systems and sparks some absolutely incredible healing right down to the cellular level.
Here is how we're going to break this down today. First, we'll look at the broken electrical circuit. Then, the double-blind experiments, how this affects bones and electrolytes, endocrine and metabolic healing, boosting the immune system, and we'll wrap it all up with a blueprint for healing.
Starting things off with part one, the broken electrical circuit. Okay, so to really grasp this science, you have to view the human body as a super sophisticated electrical system. Literally everything from the beating of your heart to your brain waves relies entirely on electrical signals. Now, for our entire evolutionary history, humans were constantly physically connected to the ground. We walked barefoot, we slept right on the earth, Our internal biological environment was just naturally in perfect harmony with the Earth's electrical field. But look at us now. Modern inventions like thick rubber-soled shoes, elevated beds, insulated flooring, they've essentially unplugged our biological circuit. We've built this massive barrier isolating us from our natural, primordial electrical stabilizer. But as we'll see, the research shows that restoring this lost connection acts as a massive, universal regulating factor for our physiology.
Moving right along to part two, the double-blind experiments.
So, researchers didn't want to just guess about this. They wanted hard proof that these physiological changes were real. They set up some highly rigorous clinical tests. They took up to 84 participants, had them rest on insulated beds, and then compared a fake or sham connection against a real copper wire grounding system. This real connection delivered a highly measurable direct current of negative 260 millivolts directly from the earth. And here's the kicker. Because it was double-blind, neither the researchers nor the participants had any clue who was actually grounded. This is absolutely crucial because it guarantees that the incredible healing results we're about to look at were driven purely by real biological responses, totally ruling out the placebo effect. Let's get into the results. Part 3. Bones, minerals, and electrolytes. So, the first incredible finding is how plugging back into the Earth's current actually affects our skeleton and our cells. To understand this, think about astronauts for a second. When they go into space, that state of weightlessness where they are completely 100% disconnected from the Earth causes severe bone and calcium loss. Well, the results of this grounding study revealed an effect that is the exact biological opposite. Instead of losing bone density, the grounded human body rapidly holds onto or retains calcium and vital minerals. Check this out. During just an 8-hour earthed sleep, researchers measured the participants' urine, and they found a massive, drastic reduction in the amount of calcium being flushed out of the body. It dropped from 2.14 all the way down to just 1.12 millimoles. That means the calcium loss was cut nearly in half. Phosphorus loss dropped way down too. Basically, just by being electrically connected to the ground, your body actively holds on to the exact building blocks it needs to keep your skeleton strong. On top of that, the body goes through this profound exchange of vital electrolytes. After 7 hours of connection, they saw that the levels of sodium, potassium, and magnesium circulating in the blood serum significantly decreased. But wait, they didn't just vanish. This dynamic shift actually means these vital ions were pulled directly into the intracellular environment, meaning right inside the cells, exactly where they belong. It's like a perfectly tuned engine, suddenly absorbing the exact spark plugs it needs for optimal cellular function. Which leads us to part 4, endocrine and metabolic healing. Let's look a little deeper into the body now. The researchers discovered that the Earth acts as a primary regulator for our major metabolic control centers. So think of your thyroid as your body's internal thermostat. Grounding actually shifted thyroid function in a really significant way. It increased hormones like free T4 and TSH while simultaneously decreasing free T3. Essentially, it fine-tuned the dials. In really simple terms, this shift elevates how your body utilizes thyroid hormones, which increases your basal metabolic rate. It proves that natural electrical contact is a key factor in regulating the human endocrine system, basically helping your inner thermostat run with total efficiency. And the metabolic healing seen in actual patient cases was even more amazing. The researchers monitored diabetic patients who had been really struggling with their blood sugar levels. When these patients were grounded, their fasting blood glucose plummeted from a very unsatisfactory 10.6 all the way down to a beautifully balanced 7.4 millimoles per liter. And honestly, the timeline here is what's truly astounding. This incredible drop was achieved over just 72 hours of continuous contact. It really highlights how efficiently the human body can stabilize its own blood sugar and process that fuel safely and naturally when it's properly plugged into the Earth's electrical field. Next up, Part 5, boosting the immune system. So the researchers also wanted to test how this electrical foundation impacts our ability to actually fight off invaders. To measure this, they gave the subjects an immune challenge using a vaccine. And what they found was that the grounded subjects experienced a powerfully accelerated defense mechanism. This was highlighted by this massive surge in something called gamma globulins. You can basically think of gamma globulins as your immune system's highly specialized defense soldiers. When you're grounded, your body rapidly deploys these soldiers to protect you, shaping a significantly stronger immune defense. To understand how this all works on a simple level, imagine your cells are microscopic engines, specifically a part called the mitochondria. These tiny engines require a constant source of fuel to reduce oxygen and create energy. They literally run on electrons, while the Earth acts as a limitless, giant battery, supplying those free electrons. So when you connect, you are quite literally fueling those cellular engines, stabilizing your biology, and driving pure bioenergetic healing. Let's bring it all together in Part 6, your blueprint for healing. So how do we actually apply these clinical findings to our own everyday lives? Well, while any grounding is beneficial, whether that's taking a walk in the park or just sitting in the grass, the data proves that night relaxation is a critical window. Sustained contact during your normal sleep cycle aligns perfectly with your body's natural restorative rhythm. Think about it. When you sleep, your body is already trying to repair itself. So giving it that limitless supply of electrons overnight maximizes that systemic regulation and drives deep, profound healing. And the absolute best part is you can start this incredible healing process right now, today. I highly encourage you to step outside and practice barefoot walking yourself. Just feel that connection. And to take it a step further, I strongly recommend joining the Barefoot Walking National Movement Headquarters Neighbor Cafe. It is a fantastic community where you can share your journey, discover a wealth of shared information, and connect with other people experiencing these exact same benefits. Finally, if you found this explainer helpful, please show your support by subscribing, liking, and turning on notifications. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other incredible healing tools are sitting right beneath our feet, just waiting for us to plug back in? Keep learning, keep connecting, and I'll see you in the next one.